Hey everybody, this is Sandra Foley here with Fashion Haunts Magazine, and we are on Zoom and we are live on Facebook. I have everybody texting me. No one bothers me all day. And we are here with the beautiful creative director and designer of Narces, Nikki Yassemi. Yes. Hi, how are you? So you are in Toronto, correct?
Yes. Hi. Thanks for having me, Sandra. We're from
Please,
Toronto.
thank you for having the interview. Yeah, it's very good. That's probably why the connection is kind of kooky, you know? I thought you were in New York for some reason. I seen the show. We're talking about the Cashmere Masquerade Collection.
Yes.
And this was something new. I got introduced to, with everything being virtual, I'm getting introduced to all these great, virtual fashion shows going on. But tell us a little bit about the cashmere, which is, of course, toilet tissue, and how you got involved in the Cashmere Collection fashion show.
Well, this is our second time being involved in the Cashmere bathroom tissue collection. Which is an incredible cause that supports breast cancer, and is their 17th annual this year collection, which they are, supporting an incredible cause, which I was personally affected through my mother. She was 17 years ago exactly, was fighting breast cancer. So this is, has a special spot. And obviously so many women are affected by it. And so we were invited 2 years ago to do our first collection, and this was the one for this year. And obviously went virtual because of what's happening, which the silver lining, there's way more people that get to see it because it's a virtual collection. And like you said, you have now more collections that you're seeing through online.
Yeah, I was amazed when I watched it. How did you work with toilet tissue? Like, was it really hard? I know you did the angel, correct?
So I'll just tell you a little bit about working with bathroom tissue. Obviously, you get big sheets of it. So you're not working with a small roll, obviously. So you get big sheets of it before it's cut. Yes. And it's difficult to work with it because it tears, right? It's easy to tear. But since it was our second time working with it, I mean, last time we made this gown, which had this long train, and right at the finish, it tore right down the middle of the train of the gown. So this time we had way more experience working with it. So it was an easier process in terms of just like the technical side. But it's also special qualities where I don't know if you saw our gown, we had wings on the gown because to interpret the 16th century Venice masquerade ball. I did a modern take on Romeo and Juliet, the Juliet dress, where she has wings on. So the wings have all these like little parts, and if you look at it, because we cut out very small parts to make it look like it's feathers on the wings, it actually looks quite real. And I think it would have been difficult to do it with fabric, the same thing that we did. So it's got its special qualities, like, in our line of work, every fabric has its own qualities, where if you use the qualities, I think you actually can do a great job with it. So so that part of it was great. In terms of the dress itself, we had both our structural and draping in the whole gown. So we used basically the techniques that we use with our regular evening wear collection.
Can you hear me a little bit now? Can you hear me now
it
a
comes
little bit?
and it goes. Yes, I can hear you right now.
How are you handling with the pandemic?
Oh, well, that hasn't been great, obviously. But thankfully, we're healthy, and So I'm thankful and grateful for that. In terms of our business is evening wear and bridal. So for the most part, it's been on hold, obviously, and the events have been shrinking in size or completely canceled. So at the beginning of the pandemic, we were thinking, how do we stay active? How do we help out? How do we contribute? So we started using our fabrics and upcycled and made masks. So with every mask purchase, we donated 2 to 4 masks to organizations. As well. So up until now, we've donated over 12,000 masks to hospitals, to shelters, to even individuals in the healthcare force or anyone who just can't afford masks. They've reached out to us and we've donated to them as a part of this. So we're thankful. So and we've kept our people working and active. So in that sense, it's been great. But because of all the, ways of working, it's very difficult. We have contactless way of working. We don't work together. Everyone works individually. And we have to do this for what's happening. So we're grateful that we had this opportunity.
Now, if you hear me, how did you get started in fashion?
Well, I guess it dates back to my mom. She was a dressmaker and designer. And she's mostly done more couture, evening wear, and bridal. So that's been all around me since I was being brought up. We used to live in the UK, and there my mom was the right hand to a royal family designer. Wow. So she did, she worked on one of the most famous gowns, as quite a few she worked on, and this was one of the ones that most people know about, the Princess Diana John Travolta one, where she danced at the White House. So she worked, for example, on one of those. And so she's been the one who's basically mentored, and we still work together. She heads up our pattern making and production side. So that's been great. So that's how I got into it. It's been basically in my life the whole time. And I went through different phases. I was in retail. I did retail buying. And eventually I got back into it. This was for me always, where I want to end up, where I want to get into and have my life be spent doing this. So.
That's great. And what is your favorite type of clothing? Like, what do you like? Do you like couture, sportswear? Like, if you were to go and make something for yourself, what would you make?
I feel like I have a tough time always answering that question because I feel like I have this whole multiple personality thing going on where I can wake up one day and I just want to be completely decked out. I can wake up the next day, I want to feel very masculine and I want to wear a suit. So for me, it just goes from one day to the next is very different.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but one thing I guess that I like, and there's like a theme in there, is that I like clothing that makes you confident, and it's your outside shell. So I love it when you can make an entrance with an outfit. I love it when someone sees you and you know that you spent the time to put that together, and it helps express your personality and your mood. I always see it as a form of expression, and it's mood-based for me.
Yes, definitely mood-based. As you know, here at Fashion Horns Magazine, we kind of focus on history, and we're into haunting looks, and it's the spooky season. What do you have a favorite spooky movie? What's your favorite horror movie?
Oh my gosh, my favorite.
I want to stump everybody on that.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I mean, a movie that haunts me, probably Hitchcock movies, always kind of haunt me. The black and white Hitchcock movies.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Addams Family, I love the Addams Family, the original, the Morticia look. So yeah, there's different versions of it, but Yeah,
That's
there's a lot out
awesome.
there. For me, for this year, I probably want to go the superhero route.
Have
The
you,
Yeah.
had any paranormal experiences?
Wow, paranormal experiences. I think maybe when I was younger, but then I think I was too terrified and tried to block it out. But I do definitely believe in all of that. I do.
Oh, that's good. Very good. So what's the future for Narcissus?
What's the future? Well, we are still continuing with evening wear and dresses, even though the pandemic's happening. It's just a different mood right now. So the collection is a little bit different, but we still have dresses, we still have gowns. We have branched out into accessories. So we're doing a lot of hair accessories, hats. Obviously, we have masks
Love
in there
hats.
until it's needed. Hopefully, it's not needed soon. Once we figure
Yeah.
it out, we do hats, accessories. We're getting into separates, more separates,
Oh, good.
more casual looks, more day looks, more
Mm-hmm.
comfortable looks with a hint of glamour, obviously. Can't get
Yes.
away from that. And yeah, we will continue on, and it's about kind of inventing and innovating what you do. Otherwise, things will get boring.
Exactly. Okay, so one more question. After I ask you this question, don't sign off. I'm going to sign off on Facebook because I wanted to ask you something else. But if you were to look
Sure.
to your younger self and give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Are
Growing
you
up.
talking about fashion advice?
Oh, yeah. What advice would you give your younger self in the fashion industry if you go back from the beginning?
Yeah, great question. I would say that I should have taken more risks. I should have, I felt like I waited until I felt like I deserved to do this, branch off and do this. I should have
Mm-hmm.
taken more risks, and I should have started this earlier. So for whoever,
Yeah, me too,
I think this
same
applies
thing.
to anything. If you have a passion for something, go for it, because you know what, you'll just get better and you'll just continue. If you really are serious about it, you can do well. And also, I also feel like it's never too late too. So on the flip
Yes.
side,
I started
but my
my,
younger
I went
self,
back
it
to
will be,
school. I think I went back to school, I was 45. And because I had kids and stuff. But like, yeah, it's never too late. Never too
how
late.
amazing. I find that
Yeah,
so inspiring. I find that so inspiring, and I feel like that's the spirit that is inside, and it will not ever go away, and you have to trust
exactly.
that, and you have to go with it.
So, where can I you? Your website? What is your website? Instagram?
Yes, there's the website, narcis.com. Going back to the Cashmere collection, you can still vote. And what's amazing about that is that Kruger Cashmere will donate $1 to the cause, to the breast cancer cause, in the name of the winning designer. So I would just go and vote, because the more you vote, the more of a donation there is towards the cause. So, which is incredible. And in terms of us, sorry, I couldn't hear that part. And in terms of us, yes, you can find us on social media. You can find us on Narcis Official under Instagram. We're also on TikTok. So we're doing some fun things there. And narcis.com. And there's contact info if anyone wants to get in touch with us.
Is it Cashmere Couture?
It's cashmere.ca, and it will have information there for voting.
So I'm going to sign off of Facebook, but don't hang up yet. I have to ask you something. But I want to thank you.
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. And we're going to sign off Facebook now, and hope to see you Fashion Week one day, if that ever happens again.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes. Bye.